guys and gals, and welcome to the Friday evening edition of the PM show, Kicking Back and Chewing the Fat. Let me go and get everything tuned in here, linked up together. That way I can read the chat, and we can spend the next couple hours together. There I is. There is the PSA, and here is the big stereo. Give that a little bit of Facebook love right there. Good evening, Freedom. Good evening, Jan. Good to see you beautiful ladies in here tonight. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it on time. My daughter got a hankering to make cupcakes. Needless to say, she could not fit baking into a half-hour show. She has been at it since 4 o'clock, and I think she's got 1 pan of cupcakes done. So, needless to say, I'll be eating dinner after the show. I went out at 6 o'clock, was going to make dinner. She didn't even have the stuff mixed up yet, so. Oh well, at least she's baking sweets. Tomorrow, I think I might kick back, make a batch of M&M cookies. Let's see here, Mussolini. Hope you're doing good this evening, my friend. Thank you, Jan. I don't wear it that much. It actually, hangs up on my spotlight for my green screen. I really honestly don't wear it that much, and I don't know why. I love this hat. Since I don't think they'd be very edible after I mailed them. Especially the way our local USPS treats packages. You put fragile on it, and I think they purposely drop it and kick it a few times. Hey Jay, good to see you, bud. Hope you had a decent day today. Jan told us this morning it wasn't going to be near as busy of a day as you had yesterday. So I'm hoping that it went by really, really fast for you, and yeah. We had one of our FedEx drivers stop across the street again today and drop off like 7 or 8 boxes. I feel sorry for those dudes. Me personally, if I was a young person and I got a huge inheritance from a family member that passed, I wouldn't see how fast I could spend it at Amazon. I think I would try to save a little bit of it and maybe not work as hard. But, every day. All right, well, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I'm sitting here checking my Wi-Fi reception, and it is full all the way. I have no clue what just interrupted the Wi-Fi. But we are back for now. So apparently the stuff I typed into the chat up top here, nobody could see. Yeah. We got great weather here and everything. No reason to go spinny, spinny, spinning. No clue. Yep, yep, it's working now. God only knows around here. We got some of the crappiest Wi-Fi around, but we only got one company here in town we can get it through. So they have a contract with the town, and it is all Xfinity here. You know, it might be YouTube. It might be YouTube. There has been some issues cropping up, and you know, it's really weird. I was checking that video um, from yesterday, and um, the numbers aren't jogging up on it. You know, we have just hit 20. I think on my YouTube studio, it shows we just hit 21 views in the last 28 days. Over 4,000 watch hours. That's a little weird. Not watch hours, I'm sorry. In the last 28 days, over 4,000 views. So earlier today, it was on 3.2K views for the last 28 days. Now all of a sudden, it's saying that in the last 16 hours, we've got 800 views. What's weird about that? So, you know, God only knows what's going on with their system. But good news is, didn't slow me down. I had a chance to watch a couple movies today. Got to run to the store with the wife after work, pick up a couple things. She is starting to grow herbs. And we had to go pick up some new pots at the dollar store today. Got her a couple hanging baskets. Hey, Templar. Good to see you, bud. But I'm really surprised as many people that have requested that I do a video on the Knights Templar, that it hasn't got more views than it has. So we will see what happens with that. God only knows. I wanted, and since the Halloween stuff's out, I wanted an actual skull coffee mug, and they didn't have it. They had the little painted skulls for like Cinco de Mayo or something like that. And then I remembered I had this one out in the Shedio that one of my pirate friends had given me to drink rum out of a couple years ago. So I went out and grabbed it and got it all washed out, and now I got my skull mug for the upcoming season. But yeah, she's got the whole window sill over the kitchen sinks cleaned out now, Jan. All the bottles are gone. It's all full of tins and pots and stuff with herbs growing and everything. So kind of putting the drinking history, getting rid of it, all the bottles we've emptied and stuff around this house, and starting to do grandma things. I think she's really, really getting into this whole idea of becoming a grandma. Not that she didn't before with my kids, but this is actually her first blood grandchild. So she's really getting into it. Every empty storefront here has a Halloween store in it. Psst. Man, I wish ours did. The other day, mine said I had 4,000 views. That's what mine's doing right now. It says we went up 800 views since 8 o'clock this morning. But nothing else I'm looking at is saying that. So God only knows what the problem is with studio right now. Perennial herbs. What? Now explain to me perennial herbs. I don't understand. Are those the ones that only grow certain times of the year, or are perennials the ones that will grow year round? I really kind of want to get the rest of the wood and stuff moved to the backyard for the rest of the jailhouse. Get the roof done on that and set up mushroom beds, raised mushroom beds inside that, since it will stay humid in there. And I can set up a sprinkling system on the ceiling, or at least coming into that one area, so I keep it nice and wet. Um, I'd like to grow mushrooms in there. As many mushrooms as we go through. Don't pay running to the store at least once or twice a week just to get mushrooms. Still need to finish the Templar video, finding to time to be interesting. Fight. Still need to finish the Templar video, finding it to time be interesting, but don't think I have the exact same thought on the subject. Oh, you plant them outside, they grow year round. Okay. Okay, annuals only last a year. Perennials come back year after year. Okay. Yeah, Templar. I put out that video yesterday on the true history of the Templar Knights and the Priory of Sion, and I think it's 33 minutes long, and it tells the history, the origins, the creators, what really happened, the whole shoot and shebang, bud. You can go in any wooded area and find mushrooms. You have to know the varieties to pick, though. Steph used to pick them when she was little. Her and her dad used to go mushroom hunting all the time. And I haven't been since I was probably 10 years old. So you're talking 43 years since I've been mushroom hunting. There for the longest time where I grew up at, you weren't finding them anymore. And the areas that did have a lot of mushrooms, people were picking them like crazy. So by the time we were getting out there, I should say by the time Dad wanted all of us to go tromping through the mud, most of the mushrooms were gone. So tell you what, I think I've had about enough of that. Time to switch to something a little stronger. Man, that hits the spot on a Friday night. Friend's husband goes out in the woods here and picks mushrooms. I wouldn't mind it. Now, I told you that that is a special occasion drink. Well, mostly special occasion. I still hit it every night. There's only about that much left in the bottom of the bottle. So I'm trying to conserve it. It's going to be a while before you come back. Magic ones for me, please. You know, I've never done shrooms. Never. I don't know. I don't know if I'd like it or not. Guess I'll have to send more. Whoop, whoop. Dev! What's up, Dev? Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing okay on this absolutely amazing Friday night. One more day, guys. One more day. The year is getting so close to winding up. What the hell? Seems like the last 2 or 3 years have just flown by. I was sitting down just a couple days ago and I was thinking, man, we restarted this channel the 1st of December last year. And here we are the 2nd of September. We only got 3 more months till we're celebrating our first anniversary in here already. It doesn't seem like it's possible. Just finished chewing ribs and wings. Ooh, ribs and wings. That's some good eating right there. I was trying to get some homemade apple pie shine the other day. Oh, damn, Jay. That sounds good. Homemade apple pie. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Kevin. And see, Dev, I could almost agree with that, but I have missed 5 major investigations this year because of me not being able to drive. And I mean, here it is, the 2nd of September. We've only got a month, maybe a month and a half, maybe, God willing, 2 months left to do investigations, and no one has anything lined up. We have 2 lined up for September, and that's it. One with Tommy, and one with Danny. And other than that, we are, I don't know. Oh, hey, youngest is real sick, may end up going to the hospital. Oh, damn, what's wrong, Ty? What happened? They were both fine this morning when you sent them off to school. I'll get you some, I'll have to talk with Jay's co-worker. Cool. Love me some good apple pie. Either in a glass or with ice cream on top. It don't matter to me. You know, the best apple pie I have found yet is cooked over an open fire. You take a dipper and you dip it out of the iron pot right over the fire and pour it in your mug. Throw a cinnamon stick in with it. That's how I make mine anyway. I try to do something the weekend right around Halloween. We did it a couple years ago. Had a bunch of people come over, got a fire going in the front yard, and I made a big old pot of well, I call it apple crisp because it's got all the cinnamon and sugar and everything in it. You get it nice and hot. Don't let it boil, but you get it nice and hot where it's steaming. Lift it up off the fire where it stays heated. Take a big iron or a big metal dipper and just keep filling your mug up. I try to make it a couple gallons at a time when I can. Man, that poor little baby. God, been in school a week and sicker than a dog already. Trying to get into this spa inn near me. They have two spirits that have lingered there. Oh, that's cool. Most people don't think of a spa as the kind of place that they would have a spirit problem at. A lot of people go there to get better, especially if it was one of those hot spring spas. She came home and just got more and more pale and screaming in pain. She got done puking. Temperature 101.3. Oh my God. Yeah, you seriously need to consider getting her to the hospital and pretty quick. Apple crisp with ice cream, but I'm not a fan of apple pie. Now see, I like homemade apple crisp, and my grandma, she made the best apple pie. But really, we're talking about the kind you drink, not the kind you eat. We'll be having an awesome home investigation very soon, waiting on my dimensional portal. That's going to be good. I can't wait for that. I gave JJ name, try to set an investigation of a home. Has a spirit in it. Gentleman said he thinks maybe a general that is stalking his home. Wow. Anytime, Ty. Anytime, bud. You know how I am about them girls. I ain't even met them yet. I've always called them my little fans. I've always called them my nieces. Ain't even met them in person yet. But they're my brother's kids, so they're important to Uncle Drew. Yeah, me too, Jan. I wish I was there too. That would be a good investigation, especially if it's a Civil War general or something. You know how I am about liking to bring those trigger items on investigations. Hospital said to wait to see if her temp goes up. If it does, I'm supposed to bring her in, or if I can't get her temp down. 101.3, that baby needs to go to the hospital. Put her in a bathtub of not lukewarm water, but cool to the touch, and see if that helps to bring her temperature down. But she's got to lay down in it. She's got to just lay there and relax, sitting there with her, keep running water over her body. Yeah. I believe it is Civil War general. Wow. Now, see, that's the kind of investigation there. I'd get all gussied up. I'd put on the dress uniform, the whole shebang, and that's how I'd conduct the investigation, dressed as an officer. Oh, you don't have a bathtub in the house? Um, Lay her down and put cool, not cold, but cool water on towels and stuff, and cover her up with that. Cold compresses, cool compresses since she's so little. But that'll kind of sort of work the same way as a cool bath, but definitely keep a cool bowl of water there, and continuously re-wet and cool down the rag that you put on her forehead. And there you go, cool rag on her head. Just make sure and keep it cool, because if she's running a temperature, she'll keep heating that rag up. You want to keep fighting that temperature by keeping that rag cool. I got her spirit who's trying to get my attention. One ear rings, goes away, and then the other. Hmm. And it's going to be a pain, dude. It's going to be a pain keeping her temp cool. I remember how big of a pain in the ass I was when I was little when I got sick. Mom would lay me in the tub. She'd keep splashing cool water up on my chest with a cool rag on my forehead. And she'd take it off after 15 or 20 minutes, dip it in the cool water, partially wring it out, pull it back up, lay it back on my head, and I whined like a girl. I do not like being cold. Where's her pain if her entire body is warm? Use cool compresses all over. Yep. Yep. Well, guys, I think I'm going to start trying to start bringing guests back on next Friday night. I didn't have a chance to get anything arranged this week, but I think starting next Friday night, I am going to start trying to get guests back on here. Some that deal with history, some that deal with the paranormal, and see what happens. Glennerin Inn and Spa. It was built in the 1930s as a summer home for the prosperous Walton family. Shortly after it was built, the family's patriarch died and was buried nearby. Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Check her temp every 15 minutes to half hour. You did pretty well when we were there. It was great. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've had guests on. You guys are the first guests that I've had on the new channel. I think it's about time. An employee spending the night at the inn said he felt a woman's hair brush against his face, and that he was being tucked in by an unseen hand. Very cool. Very cool. I'm not trying to ring our own bell. Well, you know, and the hardest part of having guests is just getting schedules to jive. I would absolutely love to get Michigander Man on here to talk about some of the celebrity graves that he's been to, some of his investigations, things like that. But he's never off on Friday nights. So it's really, really hard. I think it's Tuesday nights that he's off. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So it's hard getting him. Hey, Squatch. Good to see you. Hope you had a good Friday, sir. Just told Jay we should come up and get you with your clothes and come here for the investigation. It's an awful long trip for an investigation. I mean, come on, think about it, girl. You're talking about almost 16 hours of driving for what? A 2-hour investigation? Not economically sound there. Yeah, there's no one to take care of Grandma for me to stay anywhere for a couple of days. You know I got to arrange that stuff months and months and months in advance. Hell, I can't even get somebody to come and stay for the day to go out and do something. Luckily, when I go out on the 17th to do that thing over on the lake, I'm only going to be gone like 3 hours before Steph gets home. 4 hours. And Ash can take care of Grandma for 4 hours. But, well, 10 hours, but I was actually referring to coming up, going back, then coming back up and going back. All right, Dev. Sounds good. I will definitely let you know. Yeah, that's why I do all my investigations and stuff at night, because I know my wife is here and Grandma's asleep. So that's why I don't plan hardly any overnight investigations and stuff. And also why I've only done, 2 encampments this year. Because when I was invited over to do that thing on the lake, first thing I asked them was, is it an overnight or is it a single day thing? And they said it's a single day thing, and I'm like, well, good, then I should be able to pull it off. Yeah, we don't take Grandma on road trips. We don't take Grandma on road trips. She'd probably set the truck on fire going back down there, the way she smokes and drops ashes and drops her cigarette and spills her tea. That's why Steph don't allow her to smoke or drink in her car. She'd wind up setting Big Red on fire going down the interstate, and that would be it. I honestly don't know, to be completely honest with you, Jan. I really honestly don't know. She don't like to leave the house. She'll sit and she'll talk a good game about wanting to leave, wanting to go and go somewhere. We're not gone for 15 minutes and she's whining and ready to go back home. Steph's one to take her out birthday shopping and Christmas shopping for the grandkids and stuff. and she'll be all for it. She can't wait to go. And we'll leave the house, and we don't no sooner get out of town, she's whining. Or when we do get to the store, she don't want to go in. She wants to sit in the car. So, because she knows she can't smoke in the store. So, give a new meaning to Big Red. Yeah, Big Red Fireball. Shoot, I'd give anything to get out of the house. Wife called me tonight, said I'm off work. Mom's got something she wants me to pick up. I'm going to see if she wants to go to the store with me so I don't have to go in because my ankle's hurting so bad. And I'm like, screw your mom. Come pick me up. I'll go with you. She's like, okay. I said, I'll do anything. I don't care if we're just going to pick up a couple of peppers at the farmer's market. I'll be more than happy to get out of the house. You've seen the room where I live at, so once you've looked at clothes rack, banner, wall, green screen, computer, just a couple hours is more than enough. My mom is the same way. She doesn't want to leave the house, but I'm able to leave. I tell her to behave herself while I'm gone. Well, and luckily Grandma has never set a fire while we've been gone. But she has this thing about if she has more than 2 cigarette butts in an ashtray, she's got to dump it. And she'll be sitting there looking at that one cigarette butt while she's smoking. And no sooner will she toss that cigarette butt in the ashtray, she picks the ashtray up and walks to the trash can. That's why we moved the trash can. She set the table on fire one time that the phone's sitting on because the trash can was underneath it. So I relocated that trash can. Then she set the trash can under the sink on fire that we put the cat food cans in. So I told her I moved that, and I actually moved it to the opposite side of the sink. So now she goes up, opens the right door, and that's just bottles and stuff. She don't ever think of looking under the left door. And then the last time she started a fire, she took her ashtray out, dumped it in a dumpster outside by the back porch, and set the dryer lint and the Kleenexes and stuff on fire in the dumpster. And my stepson was here luckily and went outside and see the dumpster smoking and grabbed it, took it out in the middle of the driveway and hosed it down, then hosed the inside of the dumpster down. So yeah, we don't take chances. Mr. Ian, I hope you're doing well tonight, sir. I'm happy being with the dogs and the chickens right now. When my eyes are fixed, might be a different story. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I went outside and sat and waited for Steph tonight to run to the store, and had to run back in the house and grab my eye patch. It was so messed up that it was so bright outside that all I saw was clear and white haze. And it started giving me a headache, so I come back in, got my eye patch and my sunglasses, and that's how I went to the store tonight. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. Hope y'all can't hear my tumbly rumbling. Hopefully the daughter's got those bloody cupcakes done, so when this is over with, I can go out there and make something to eat, because right now I think my belly button is chewing on my spine. Went to the store at 6 this morning and freaked me out. Got what I needed, left the store, and left for the safety of home. I'm actually thinking about just getting up early tomorrow morning, walking uptown, grabbing my bag of M&Ms, and coming back here and baking some cookies tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Ice cream trucks going down the street. You know, I've not heard ours since you guys were here. So last time I heard our ice cream truck out and around. But God, he's been driving that van around for 25 years. So I mean, it's probably about ready to poop out on him. So. I didn't even think of it. You know, I'm supposed to drive at night. No, she's not. Then again, you know, neither's my wife, but she does it, so. Haven't heard the ice cream truck in like 2 weeks now. So I've heard it this summer. Yeah, go figure. I don't know about where you guys are all living at right now, but we are just now getting into what even could be considered the dog days of summer. It was supposed to be in the 70s all week long. That storm that came through the other night drug a high behind it. So all of our 74, 75 degree temps for the whole week wound up being 10 degrees warmer with heat indexes in the 90s. So, yeah, dog days of summer came almost a month later than they're supposed to. So now we're just now getting that warm weather where people want to go down to the beach, but mentally they're saying, hey, it's September. It's supposed to be cooling down. The water's supposed to be cooling down. And the ice cream truck's not out. So it's not really summer. Haven't seen or heard an ice cream truck in years. My dad used to tell us when the ice cream truck plays music, that means they're out of ice cream. That's terrible. That is terrible. Supposed to have a high of 77 Sunday. They're talking about high 80s into the 90s clear to next Wednesday here. We actually turned the air back. You guys see the fan's not here anymore. We actually turned the air on tonight. It got to 89 in the house. It's 86 outside. And we always heat up in the summertime because that direction is the west. So we've got the living room windows, we got the front door, we got the windows above the sink, we got all along the house is windows. So, and no trees blocking it. So I went on and turned on the air tonight before it got even hotter because it was almost unbearable in here last night. It was only 81 yesterday for a high. And it was almost 90 in here. And we got up to 86 for a high today. But then we started having a wind, but it was a warm wind. So as long as you're sitting in the shade, you're doing good. These open windows, nope. It's humid as all get out. 88 tomorrow, feel like 101. It's not going to in here, bud. Come on over here. We'll make burgers tomorrow night. It's going to be a nice, beautiful 71 degrees in this house. I mean, y'all see me, I'm sitting here in long sleeves and black. And I got a wool hat on. Can't be too awful hot in here. I just got another triple D recipe to make over the weekend. Tony's not here, so it's up to me to say it. I ain't never met a man complained about triple D anything. You know he would say the exact same thing if he was here. I gotta cover up the name on this. It was 60 when I left for work this morning at 4 a.m. See, Terry knows. Tony won't pass up a chance for some kind of sexist remark. Almost turned the heat on in the car. I did a few beer bids with no problem. Oh, I know, I just don't want anybody to think they're endorsing me or something like that. I'm not concerned about having any problems. Delicious. That's what the wife said about my meatballs the other night when she made spaghetti. She took the like 1.5 pound meatball out of the spaghetti sauce that her mom sent over, and as she froze, she put the sauce in the pan, and I had baked meatballs that day and put them in there and seasoned them up with Italian seasoning and stuff. And she said that's why she won't buy bagged frozen meatballs, because she knows she can always count on me to get the recipe just right. One of these days I actually have to make them and put them in the crock pot, and with barbecue sauce, and a lot of people use barbecue sauce and jelly to sweeten them up and stuff like that. I like to find, like the barbecue sauce you brought, it would just take so much of it to fill up the crock pot and cover the meatballs, because I don't play around. If I'm going to make meatballs for a family get-together or a holiday or something, I'm going to make 10 pounds of meatballs. Probably because I know they'll all get eaten. It's like my aunt and her taco salad. When I was growing up, we had family reunions. My aunt would always make these two huge heaping bowls of taco salad, and family would literally come from California just to get her taco salad. When everybody left, they made plates of her taco salad and took it back to the hotels, back home with them, whatever the case may be, because she made the best taco salad I've ever had. I've tried probably 10 different recipes of taco salad, and I cannot make it like my aunt did. Oh, I know, crock pot meatballs. Mm-mm-mm. I think Sunday, when I upload the video that I'm working on right now, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make a nice big meatloaf with some scallop taters and stuff. The wife wants to start doing this family Sunday dinner thing, especially with the grandbaby coming. It's a guarantee we're going to get to see the baby at least once a week. because, you know, Trevor and his fiance will not pass up a home cooked meal. Even though she's an amazing cook herself, and so's he, they will not pass up a home cooked meal that they don't have to cook. So I think I'm gonna make a big old meatloaf, just a traditional country style meatloaf with some mashed taters, or I mean some scallop taters, and some of that fresh sweet corn. I gotta pull some sweet corn out the freezer. Oh, let's see here. What's we got? What's we got? What's we got? No crock pot on those meatballs. Made the meatballs, put them in the sauce, cooked them on the stove. That's how we did the spaghetti sauce the other night. We cooked it on the stove. Now, like I said, when I'm cooking for like a reunion or a holiday or something, that's when I'll make a big old crock pot full of meatballs. Love them. Sadly enough, that barbecue sauce y'all brought with you, I would need to get it in gallon jugs to be able to use it like I like to use barbecue sauce. Because that is the best barbecue sauce I done ever had. And I use it for everything. Hell, when we went to McDonald's last week, when the wife was too tired to cook, they asked me if I wanted sauce for my nuggets. I said, nope, I got the best barbecue sauce in the world at home. I poured some in a bowl, stuck it in the microwave, heated it up just a little bit. That's what I dipped my nuggies in. Made burgers the other night. Put some on top of the burger, my burger. Put some big old red onions, some jalapeno infused dill pickle, and some of that barbecue sauce right on top of them. Yep. And speaking of Christmas, and I'm really glad you brought that up. What do you, and I'll post something on the community tab, and I'll probably do some kind of an advertisement in some of our upcoming videos in the next couple months. I want to know what you guys think about doing the Christmas card thing. We did it a few years ago, and I think we might have got, out of 1,500 subscribers, I think we probably got 20 Christmas cards. But we did it early enough that for everyone who sent a Christmas card, I could send one back. And I want to know what you guys think about that. Do you guys, since we consider ourselves a family, you know, and I don't mind giving my address out to folks. I really don't. I mean, if y'all want to come and stalk me, I'm going to invite you in for dinner and a drink, and hell, maybe interview you, throw you in a video or something. But what do you guys think about doing a Christmas card exchange here 2022? Because I believe it or not, I don't throw my Christmas cards away. I when Christmas is over, I take them all down. I put them all in a couple of big envelopes and I store them away. So y'all don't got to answer now. Think about it. You know, you can let me know in the future, and we'll start throwing out. I'll be getting my stocking outfit out and pressed. There you go. There you go. That's fine. I have a I have a nice source for ghillie suits. So if you want to trade in your old stalking outfit for something a little bit more advanced, let me know, and I can give you my connections for good ghillie suits. You don't got to press a ghillie suit. You know, the more wild it looks, the better you fit into shrubbery or a spruce tree. You know, Templar, it's a shame, and I was thinking about you the other day when I did the Templar video, when I was filming the intro and the outro of me in the Templar church in front of the altar. Um, it's a shame you live so far away, because I'm going to take the black tunic that I was wearing in the video, and I'm actually making the Templar cross for the front and back of it. And next year, when I do security for the Niles Ren Fair next May, I'll be doing it as a Templar. And it's just a bloody shame that you're so far away, because I personally think you and I walking around as Templar Knights for the whole weekend would be pretty cool. This is my first year on this. The Haddam Neck Fair. Getting old sucks. Terry, you are only as old as you let yourself be. Every day I think I wake up with a brand new pain, whether it's my knees, whether it's my back, whether I've got headaches from my eye or the arthritis. And I still force myself. I laid in that bed all day today, and when my daughter got up, I made her, I didn't make her, I strongly requested that she come in and use the massage gun on my back. And it had just been, it'd been sheer agony all day long. And when I got up and actually put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and stuff and went out front and waited for the wife to come to run to the store, walking back and forth was the first relief that I have felt all day long. I made myself get up and go out. So, you know, push yourself. I mean, limit the amount of pushing, but push yourself. You're still young, honey. You're still young. And you know, you'll sit here and you'll hear Jan and Jay both talk about getting older and stuff, and how hard they move and everything. And they didn't set the 4 days they were here. They were on the move, driving, walking, carrying things, setting this up, taking this down, and they had fun. My lungs can't handle the night air. Maybe I'll go tomorrow morning. I always went on Friday night. Tractor pulls were great. Oh, I know, I love tractor pulls. I miss tractor pulls and the car shows. Now our fair, we completely missed our fair this year. And we had told ourselves we were going, if nothing else, we were going to go to get fair food. And then we found out what it cost just to walk in the gate. And we decided that it was not worth $21 to walk in the gate to spend $40 on food and walk back out the gate. So we didn't even go to the fair this year. $7 a person to get in. has no clue what getting old means. I always say old enough to know better, still young enough to not care. Yep. Now, I understand the lung thing. I really understand the lung thing. It's rough, especially when it's hot and humid. Um, that's when you start to feel the age a little bit. Walking around in that humidity and stuff. That's why I never leave home without an inhaler with me. And I hit it a lot more than I should on humid days, but still $5 a carload. You are lucky. You are lucky. You don't pay when you enter in your car. You park and then you walk in individually, and they pillage your wallet at our county fair now. But yeah, I miss the truck pulls. I miss the tractor pulls. I miss the demolition derby. I miss the car show. I miss the horse show. Everything this year. I even miss the rodeo, and I never miss the rodeo. Just going out to county fairs. I haven't seen deals like that since the drive-in. Amen. Amen. But I've told you guys that story. That was the nice thing about growing up with a classic car. My dad opened his mouth one too many times and told me about sneaking folks in the trunk. And my trunk was big enough for like 5 bodies in it, comfortably. So we went in 6 inside the car and 5 in the trunk. Dude. Yep, drive-ins and trunks. Then again, I got most of my bad ideas from my dad saying, do what I say, not what I did. That just made me want to did it even more. It was fun sneaking people into the drive-in, but when we got caught, it wasn't fun no more. Now, what did you learn from that? Don't get caught. Tell them not to move around in the trunk until we actually park and somebody taps on the package shelf right there by the back window. That means we're getting ready to let you out. There's one closer to us, $20 per person. Only went when I got paid for standby as EMT or nurse. I would never pay that price. No, but everything went up. Since, we've not had the fair for the last 2 years because, that nasty little virus thing. This year, the food went up. I mean, French fries went from $7 to $11. My big old, my Italian sausage that I get every year with the peppers and onions all over it, it went from $9 to like $14. Everything went up like $5 or $6. And it just wasn't worth it. By the time you go in there, get a big old breaded tenderloin for $12 or $13. You get French fries for $11. Get a Polish sausage for $11. Get one of the big old, like 60-ounce sodas, and you pay like $12 for that, and you do that times three. Nope. Money is too rare for me. I don't have my hands on money hardly at all. So I could find a lot better things to spend it on than overpriced fair food. I think there's one drive-in left in Pennsylvania. We actually have three within an hour of us. One down in Indiana and two here in Michigan. Within an hour drive of us. Oh, in the city fair they have a grilled cheese for $15 because they rainbowed the cheese collar. Hell, I could rainbow stuff at home. It's called food coloring. It's called greetification. Amen to that. Folks lost a lot of money. I mean, you figure people that own those hot dog stands and stuff, they order these huge cases. Just ask Iron Dog next time he's in here. I think he pays $50 or $60 for a case of hot dogs, as he gets that stuff for his season. So he might order 2 or 3 cases of hot dogs, and then COVID hit before fair season hit in 2020, and 200 pounds of French fries, 100 pounds of hot dogs, all the flour and stuff they ordered to make elephant ears or funnel cakes or whatever the case may be. These poor folks lost their asses in 2020. And then 2021 hit, they had no way to recover. 2022 hit, they tried to make up as much of the difference as possible. So but yeah, I got the channel, I got videos, I've got destinations I want to go to. When people come and pick me up, I got to help out with fuel. I got more important things to do with my money than buy an overpriced wiener. $2021, they have drive-through for the food vendors here. Wow. I guess there's no way we can think life can go back to normal right after this pandemic. It will take time. It will take time. I mean, folks need to see that it's over. I mean, yeah, there's another influx of another variant, but it's not as bad as it was last year. It's not as bad as it was the year before. It'll get better. We'll never go back to normal, but it will get better. Just going to take time. I don't know about y'all, but I can be a very impatient sumbitch when it comes to certain things. So y'all can deal with take time. If I get to craving an elephant ear, I'll make an elephant ear here at home. I got oil, I got flour, I got butter, I got powdered sugar. I can make me an elephant ear right here at home, and right on the stovetop. I mean, granted, I don't have a deep fryer, but that's what they make great big gallon jugs of oil for. I'll just pour some in the skillet, I'll make me up some elephant ear mix. I will pour it in the oil. I will flip it over. I will cover it with melted butter, and I will sprinkle it with powdered sugar. Same with a funnel cake. I'll go out and I'll buy my pie fruit. I'll make a funnel cake. I'll put powdered sugar and fruit on it, and I'll throw it on a plate. There's a lot. What is normal anymore? There's a lot going on in this country, but I'll always bet on the American people. We'll get through. The American people are resilient. The American people are resilient. We always find a way to get through stuff. What is elephant ear? Y'all don't have elephant ears up home where you're at? Let me see here. I might be able to find something. I might not. Let's see here. There we go. Elephant ear. Elephant ears. That's an elephant ear. It is a big, flat, yeah, it's like fry bread. Usually they're a foot across or something like that. And it's just basically, it's fried dough covered in butter and sprinkled with, sometimes they put powdered sugar on them, sometimes they put granulated sugar and cinnamon on them. Just depends on where you're at and who's making them. We do beaver tails up here, not elephant ears. Okay, I got you. I don't know, we have pancakes, crumpets, waffle cone, cornbread, fry cakes, lacy cornbread. Okay. Yeah, there you go. It's like a flat funnel cake. Now down here, when we make funnel cakes, most of them, you take the dough in like, or you take the batter in like, hey, Candy, I said tell you the little one's fever has went down to 97.4 and still asleep. Good, good. 90, 97.4 is normal. That's good. That's good. Well, when you talk to him, tell him that we all send our love and keep an eye on her overnight. Keep her close. Put her in bed with him, whatever the case may be. And keep her nearby and just watch her. So, but no, here in America, what we do with a funnel cake 9 times out of 10 is you'll take the batter in like a ladle, and you'll swirl it when you dump it when you're pouring it in the grease. And a lot of folks, when you pull it out of the grease, you'll put like pie filling fruit, cherry, apple, lemon. Some people put a pudding on it, sweet pudding, like for a lemon meringue pie or something like that, and then they sprinkle powdered sugar over the top of it. Grandma used to make angel wings with powdered sugar. Angel wings. I don't think I'm familiar with angel wings. 1K. Went inverter installed in the box. Hopefully it'll run my air fryer. There you go. Air fryers are nice. I wish we had the counter space for one. The kitchen's going to look a lot different when you make it back up, Jan, by the way. There's going to be more room for sitting at the table. A lot of that unnecessary stuff is going to be gone. That's going to be an upcoming project, whether Grandma likes it or not. Because we want some of those we want some of those little extra things. We actually have an air fryer that we got for Christmas 3 years ago, and it sits up on top of the cabinets because we got no room for it anywhere. So she's actually ordered a rack to get the microwave off the counter. And tonight I hung up vegetable baskets in front of the window to put veggies and taters and stuff in. So trying to countrify the kitchen a little bit. I'm going to have my son come up one of these days. I think we're going to reroute the gas line, and I'm going to build an island in the middle of the kitchen, actually put the stove in the island and have like a large cutting board so she don't have to move from counter to counter to counter all around the kitchen to be able to prep food and everything else. She can prep it, put it right on the stove. So of course, you know, we'll have to get a brand new stove, but that one there's 16 years old and outdated, and they can't find parts for it anyway. So I'll have to get a flat top stove. I actually want to get a flat top griddle to go on the stove. So said thank you for the prayers. Tell him anytime. That's what family's for. Cooktop on the island and a double oven on the wall. Sounds nice to me. Now I'm on the hunt for about 3200 amp. Surely it's not going to be cheap. Wow. Angel wings are like twist knots. Okay, I got you. Oh, no knots in angel wings. Now see, we have knot donuts here, where you take a real long, slender piece of dough and you fold it over and twirl it, so you've got like a closed loop on the top, and then they twist, and you throw them in the fryer. I'm building this module to have 120 on my truck. Air fryer does everything except hot plate. Angel wings, although North Americans refer to them as bow ties. Okay. Now I'm familiar with bow ties. I'll have to look those up online because I like trying international stuff. And since Grandma is actually the first member of the family to be born in America that came from Poland, I've learned to cook all kinds of Polish food. I've cooked chicken pepper cache for. I have cooked kluskis. There's all kinds of different little recipes I look for stuff that her mom made when Grandma was growing up, being from Poland. So I have no problem cooking Sicilian. So I have got to find me a recipe for some angel wings, a nice traditional Sicilian recipe for angel wings, and see how hard that will Honey, probably same recipe but different shape. Rum, honey, heavy cream, egg yolk, sugar, Polish type, or one of. I'm a first generation born in America on my dad's side. Very cool. Oh my God, guys, it is almost 8:30 already. Holy freakolies, Batman. Ah, you booger. Time flies when you're having fun. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh yeah, and don't forget, guys, we have got the brand new stickers for Three-Eyed Raven Productions and Living History's Mysteries. Let me see here. I have got one. Right here. These are the brand new stickers. We are selling these stickers right here for $3 a piece. Let me know if you'd like any of those. Now, with the Christmas cards that I send out, all the Christmas cards will have these stickers in them. When we send them back out, if we decide to do the Christmas card exchange this year. They're vinyl. They're vinyl stickers. You just peel the paper off the back and stick them to whatever you want. I forgot my job also. Yeah, Jan actually ordered them for me. Heather had made me the small stickers, which I was giving away at Ghostorama a couple weeks ago. And Jan ordered me the new stickers that actually have the YouTube logo on them and Living History's Mysteries across the bottom. So I've decided that those, the new nice large stickers, we'll let go for $3 a piece. The little stickers are still going to be the freebies. We'll send them out with whatever. But Jan knows all the information on those little decals. Oh, we've been here since before us was a thing. Hey, Adam. Good to see you, bud. I forgot my job. Okay, stickers are they? They're high grade vinyl. Withstand all types of weather. Good night, Captain and family. Have fun, stay safe. Labor Day weekend. You take care of yourself, Terry. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice holiday. And, I'll be back here on Labor Day. High grade vinyl, just like my jammies. There you go. Ask Adam. He knows. He's got vinyl jammies he wears. Got a little badge on them and stuff. Adam takes a woman back to his place. She knows who the marshal is around there. But yeah, I will be here on Labor Day. I am not changing up my schedule or anybody else's. We will be here Monday morning. We will be here Monday evening. So you take care of yourself, love. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday. And we'll catch you on Monday. Back up for a minute or so. At least till the little one wakes up. Cool. Glad you're back, bud. You, Terry, see you Monday. Take care. Stay safe. I have a chainmail shirt. I wish I had a chainmail shirt. I'd love to have a chainmail shirt. I would love to have a chainmail shirt. I'll try to be here if I wake up in time. Be here. Nah, you didn't miss much. We was talking about you. That's all I'm saying. The women were in here defending your manhood, and I was popping their balloons with everything they said. You go back and chat, you can see. Yep. Yep. Told them about that time we stood side by side at the urinal, and when you backed away, I had flashbacks to when my boys were babies. So, tall, slender. Three days off means I don't have to wake up at 2:30 a.m. Amen to that. I'd like to not wake up early. I really would. I came in here, turned on the coffee pot at 2 o'clock this morning, went back, laid down in bed, watched a little bit of South Park, since that's what we had playing all night long. Got up at 3, came in here, poured my first cup of coffee. I will, Drew, don't worry. Ty, we pick on you because we love you. If we didn't love you, we wouldn't waste our breath picking on you. So about that history. Well, ain't much history tonight. Ain't much history. Of course, we do need to sit down and actually discuss your video and when you're going to get that thing up and around. Since I talked to you 2 days ago, and y'all were supposed to start working on it then. Yep, we're all history here. Amen to that. 2 days of no sheeting roofs in the Arizona sun. Amen to that, bud. I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. You're up there on rooftops in Arizona, sheeting roofs and stuff. God, who was it I was talking to? I don't remember who I was talking to. Hey, Santee. Good to see you, bud. Damn, I can't remember his name now. It's been so long since I talked to him. Was working in a trailer factory down there. Before he started working out there at, the old town, getting it all fixed up and stuff. Ain't much history, no such thing. Yeah, about that video, came up with another small stump. One clip won't rotate. All right. I'll get with you tomorrow on that, and um, we'll figure it out. Looking forward to tomorrow morning's video. Adam, not fun. I worked at a flat roofer several years before I moved over to framing. Why, thank you, Santee. No, Adam, it wasn't you. It was somebody else. Santee, um, help me out here, bud. Um, big dude, mustache, was helping out there at, um, damn my diabetic memory. Um, the old town that they were, they're working on remodeling and stuff that the movie studio bought. Um, Mescal. Um, what is damn it, I can't think of his name. No, it wasn't Dan. Big tall dude, dark hair, mustache and goatee, or mustache and can't remember his damn name. It has been too long. Randy. Randy Heitman. He was working in a trailer factory last time I talked to him. Um, we video chatted last year for a while. But yeah, Randy was working in a trailer factory several hours a day. And I thought about you, Adam, because I knew you worked in the construction field as well. I didn't know how you guys can do it. I mean, I hear Santee talk about the temperatures out there and the heat index and stuff, and I know it's not the same as it is here because we have all this bloody damn water around us raising our humidity levels through the roof. But I know it still gets hot being in that direct sunlight. Yeah, exactly. Money. You got to do what you got to do. That's why I'm thinking about getting into prostitution. The only way I got to make money. I'm not letting it discourage me. I just need to keep trying till I make it work. I was hoping to do some shooting tomorrow, but with little one sick, I don't know. Well, as long as her temperature stays where it's at, because she's normal now. I mean, normal body temperature is 98.6. She's 97.4. So as long as she stays down there and is able to keep down food, she should be okay. Maybe she picked up a bug. Maybe she's been nursing it for the last 24 hours. Who knows? So we'll just have to wait and see in the morning. But I'll still get a hold of you tomorrow early. We'll see if we can make it work. Yeah, those bills don't pay themselves, that's for sure. Randy's working on a screenplay. He told me about it. It's about two guys who have fighting roosters. Oh, okay. It's all right. We don't have hardly any children in here anymore. We're not like you, where you got to like stay socially acceptable. You can call it cockfighting. Now he has to make sure he checks on movies with that title, because that sounds like it could be a gay porn. So you might want to have him check that title out, make sure it's been used. That way, if he does get the movie made and everything, people aren't going to confuse those two movies. I don't know, Framer. Poconos, Pennsylvania in the late 80s to late 90s. Okay. It's hard work. It's cool to stand back when it's done and know you did it. So that's the way I always was about my stonework and stuff. You know, it is hard picking those stones up and moving them around, trying to make it look like your sketch did. But once you got it done and it was done right, that's some beautiful stuff right there. That's why I said, oh no, but I'm going to jump off. Gotta be Dr. Dad. Talk to you tomorrow. All right, bud. Sounds good. I'll get a hold of you. Much love, bud. Give her a kiss on the forehead from Uncle Drew, and tell her everything will be okay. A shot. That's what I've been doing. Not that often I sit down and drink a beer in front of y'all. Just did a shot of Jameson just now. I do still hit the bullet on occasion. After the Civil War reenactment last year, I kind of have a tendency of shying away from stuff that I got like severely drunk on. Even though I didn't get sick, I got severely drunk on that bottle. That whole bottle. And well, I have bullet in my flask in the fridge, and every once in a while I'll get it out, I'll take a hit or take a little snort of it, screw the cap back on, stick it back in the fridge. So, but yeah, I got a bottle. I got a bottle. It just scares me. See, my problem is that stuff is so damn good, especially when you mix it, that I sometimes just don't know when to stop. I used to drink Silver Bullet, but it started to bother me in the stomach around the full moon. Yeah, moonshine I got from my boss. Yeah, I know you're supposed to stop. I mean, that's... Yeah, that come from way down in my toes. I know you're supposed to stop, but thank you. When I'm around a bunch of folks and everybody's laughing and drinking and carrying on, I got this whole bottle to myself, and they're giving me these little bottles of like root beer and stuff like that. I'm taking, 3 or 4 hits, refilling the bottle with bullet. After about 20 of them, I realized I was out of bullet. And yeah. At least they were nice enough to not leave me in the saloon all night, up on the giant, spool table that we were drinking at and everything, the big wooden spool, to fall off on the concrete and bust my head open. They were nice enough to help me get back to my tent. So, I decided then I don't drink like that no more. I hadn't drank like that in almost 20 years. And I got carried away with myself, and I ain't doing it no more. Get If I can't walk someplace on my own, then I don't need to go. What the passport is for. Believe it or not, when we did that event this year, when Mark and I done it earlier this year, I had 3 beers the whole weekend and didn't even touch the whiskey. So, but as long as Jan keeps me in this moonshine, now that's some good stuff right there. And you can drink that stuff like apple cider. Of course, I got a feeling you knock out a whole jar of it, you're going to feel like the apple tree fell on you the next morning. But that stuff's so good. Oh my God, that stuff is good. One of these days, Santee, we need to do a whiskey together. He's been up your way. I know that if I lived as close to Santee as you do, I'd find a way of getting with him as often as I could. Hell, back in January when the wife and I thought we were going to get to go to Las Vegas with her brother and his fiance, that were, I'm doing their wedding next year, and I was going to try to find a way to get that 3 hours from Vegas down to Tucson, even if we had to rent a car or something for the day. I was going to find a way to get down to Tucson to see him and Dan and whoever else I could see in a day's time before we had to drive back to Vegas. Don't forget beer for your horses. Amen to that. Just take it out the kitchen, sweetheart, and I'll eat it. I don't want it here.
Show everyone. At least show everyone.
Okay, here, I'll show everyone. I don't want it in here. Hold on.
Okay.
Here is the cupcake my daughter made. This is why I am eating at 9 o'clock. But it is going to be well worth it when I get to enjoy this little cuppa's cake. Cupcake. There you go, sweetheart. Take it out, put it on the counter for me, and I'll have it after I eat dinner. Nine ho, I is free. That is slut. You know, Tony, you missed out earlier. I had to take your role because somebody said something that could have been taken a multitude of ways. And we all knew which way you would take it. And I jumped right in and I took it for you. I took your role and there for a second. There for a second. Hey, where's mine? You should bring enough for the whole class. Hey, I'll tell you what, she was mixing up that batter, and before she ever got the milk and the flour integrated into the batter, it's one of the best damn cupcakes I ever had. That kid is going to be a great baker. She keeps working at it. Yes, you were missed, sir. You were missed. Hey, Shane. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you, sir. I don't wear it that much. I really should wear it more often. Bakers can make a lot of dough. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. You are correct, sir. So can pizza makers. That's where the dough's at, making pizzas. Well, guys, like I said, it is Friday evening. I hope y'all had a good week. I hope y'all are thankful that it's over and looking forward to Labor Day weekend. I need to make some hardtack. I'll probably make some here this winter and just bag it up, stick it in the cabinet. Daughter loves that stuff. Have to go and get a shower and chow. Have a fantastic weekend. You too, Adam. You too. Have yourself a good weekend. Enjoy your long weekend. And we'll see you next week. Made arrangements for 3 misfit chickens to go to their new home. Guess they decided not to resume our Labor Day festivities in my town. Huh. Wonder why. Kind of sad didn't get to my normal trip this weekend to Dragon Con in Atlanta. I've heard of Dragon Con. I've heard of it. Oh my God. That would have been good for you to get out there to that for a while. I think somebody posted a video on Dragon Con. That's where I heard of it at. It was right here on YouTube. Are they cockfighters? Well, you know how them cockfighters are. Not enough people to donate labor. Well, you know, all the dragons had been, once Game of Thrones ended, they couldn't find work anymore. So it's really, really hard to find dragons anymore for a convention about dragons. Now they're back to work on, you know, House of the Dragon, so which by the way, if you guys have not had a chance, and you're into that kind of thing, if you have not had a chance to watch House of the Dragon yet, the newest installment in the Game of Thrones series, watch it. Watch it. It is good. If someone could fashion wings for Rex, I could have a dragon. Yep. And one of these days, if someone could fashion a saddle for Sarah, I might actually ride her around in a video. But I'm not thinking I'm going to find anyone that can make a saddle to fit around her. I have yet to see a single bit of Game of Thrones. I would definitely watch the first series first. It is good. I'm not just saying that because of the 10,000 boobies and all of the illicit sex going on. The action is really good. The story is really good. Now, I did make a remark to Steph. what, 2 weeks ago when it debuted, that it feels really unusual to be watching Game of Thrones and there not being 30 pairs of bare breasts in each episode. I think we might have seen two or three in the first episode and maybe two or three in the second. That's really, it's just really weird seeing a Game of Thrones. Number one, the girl that is in the show, even though she's like 23 years old, 24 years old, plays a 17-year-old in the show. They haven't gone there yet with her, but you of course still have the brothels and everything, where people are frequenting in the show. Riding a triceratops has to be done bareback. She'll get awful rashy. I can see that now. I'll have saddleless sores. I love on you. Sex is about participation, not viewing. Speak for yourself. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, exactly. If I wasn't going to bend the brim on my hat, I would have face planted myself on that one. Hey, Lee. Why, yes. Yes, we did miss you, sir. We all miss you. You too, Santee. See if maybe I might try to get a hold of you tomorrow morning. It just depends on when you post that video. If you're running behind again, you know I'm going to message you and, I'm waiting or something. So, hey, I got up extra early for this. You take care, bud. Have a good evening. My priorities are in order. That is why girls like me. I didn't think it was your priority that they like, but okay, if you say so. You may have, but Grumpy didn't. Grumpy loves you. Don't think Grumpy don't love you. I mean, she did give you both barrels of attention. Grumpy never missed. Grumpy's a lover, not a fighter. The more I sit here and the longer I think about having to go out and make dinner, I think I'm going to have me a hamburger steak for dinner tonight. With some really good barbecue sauce on top of it. Yummy, yummy. Sweet kiss of two-barrel death. There you go. That's the little Grumpster. Yeah, but the daughter was making those cupcakes, so I couldn't get near the counter or the stove to make dinner before the live stream. So I got to do it. I got to do it after. She just brought that cupcake in a few minutes ago, so it's taken her about 3 hours to make 16 cupcakes. And well, but she made them from scratch, and she made the icing from scratch, and so I'm not going to complain. Going to Florida in November to see FSU play UF. I'm I'm not saying that. So I thought it was FU, but Florida University, FU. So Florida State versus University of Florida, huh? Cupcakes, as long as Grandma ain't getting any. Oh, I'm sure Grandma's already ate hers. She don't pass up her chance at sweets, dude. She does not pass up her chance at sweets. I don't know how many times a week Steph has to go out and get her packs of cookies and different bags of candy and stuff like that. She puts the candy in her bowl on the table and keeps a storage bag back behind her full of cookies and Cheez-It crackers and just all kinds of little snacky things. That's what she lives on. If it's the Gators, it's FU. Go figure. Just make sure that they aren't like that last batch of cookies. Wink, wink. Amen to that. We ain't playing that game no more. She has these drops now that I put on her tongue when she's shaking really bad, and they calm her straight down. So, speaking of sweet, I just bought 50 pounds of sugar. Wow. That is a lot of sugar, but I guess if you got the storage space for it, keep the little teeny six-legged critters out of it and stuff like that. $14 for 50 pounds of sugar. Damn. That's a heck of a deal right there. 50 pounds of sugar for $14. 50 pounds of sugar to last this household, well, as much as Grandma puts in her tea, I guess it probably wouldn't last long. But 14 pounds a bag, 225-pounders. I'm a big Seminoles fan. This is the first time I'll see him in Tallahassee. I'm a Tennessee fan. Gotta love the Vols. I actually let Jan and Jay get back home without taking their Vols thing off the back of Big Red. I don't know how I slipped up and did that, but I did. Probably because with all the sparkly bling and stuff the wife has on her car, that Vols thing would stick out like a sore thumb. But all right, guys and gals, it is that time. Yeah, especially after last night's game when they handed their opponent's ass to them. Amen to that. What was the final score, Jan? So I know the last time you messaged me, it was 25-0. All right, Tony, you take care of yourself and have a good weekend, my friend. We'll catch you first of the week. Jay, be careful at work tomorrow. Much love to you, bud. Get some sleep. 59-10. That goes well beyond ass whooping right there. That goes beyond ass whooping. So like I said, the last score that Jan messaged me was 25-0. So at least the other team did have a chance to score. I mean, you know, the Vols probably all sat on the bench and let them score just so they didn't, you know, completely humiliate them. But, you know. But all right, guys, it is time for me to head out. It is. I got to get me something to eat, and I got to get my comfies on. So you guys all have a great weekend. Be checking Sunday for the next video. It's going to be good. I will be here on Labor Day. Well, I will be here on Monday for morning coffee and chat, and Monday evening again. So be ready. It's a holiday. We're going to holiday it up. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good weekend, y'all. Happy Labor Day.